welcome to NoDQ Live here on NoDQ.com, the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Aaron Rift, NoDQ. We are now just 1 week away until Raw 25. I had to say that tonight was a very good edition of Raw. I thought it was an interesting show, and we actually had a storyline with Braun Strowman. I will get to that in a few minutes here. I will talk about that maybe in 10 minutes or so. First, I want to discuss the end of Raw. We had Seth Rollins one-on-one with Finn Balor. Melvin Jackson is here. Hey, Aaron, shout out. How's it going, Melvin Jackson? The curb stomp is back. I have to say, this put me in a good mood. I'm so happy to see the curb stomp back. Soulja the Rebel says, I marked out when I saw the curb stomp. That was really cool and unexpected. I'm glad it's back. Somebody is saying no sound. Can you guys hear me? Somebody let me know. Okay, this is not good. No sound. What is going on here with YouTube? TJS says I can hear. Jeremiah says no sound. Okay, Jeremiah's the only one that has no sound. So fix your speakers, Jeremiah. Everyone else says they can hear me loud and clear. So let's move on here. We had Jason Jordan out at ringside. We had Anderson and Gallows at ringside now. Jason Jordan did get involved. Actually, he got involved earlier on the show. We had a tag team match with the Titus brand against the Bar. For the second week in a row, the Titus brand beat the Bar. Now, I'm not sure if we are going to have... People are saying that the sound quality is bad. Okay, Jeremiah, stop saying it. You're the only one saying it, and it's confusing me, and it's throwing me off here. Put him in timeout if he says it again. Fix your speaker. Something's going on your end, Jeremiah. Anyways, back to Raw. Let me try to get back into what I'm doing here. Now people are saying it's lagging. Let me know, guys, if the video is lagging, if I'm having a problem with that. We had the tag team match with Titus brand winning. I'm not sure if they're going to be added to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view at this point. It's really weird. You would think that they are going to be added to the match now that they've won 2 weeks in a row. King 1D says everything is fine, Aaron. Dirty Little Gren says no lag, sound is fine. It's not lagging, it's just the video quality. Video is a bit pixelated, but sound is fine. Emad says sing happy Rusev Day. No, I told you Rusev Day is dead. That's over. No more. Will not happen again on this video. Okay, people are saying the video quality is bad again. This is getting on my nerves. Give me 1 second here, guys. 1 quick second. Quality's better. All right, everyone's saying it's better. So I guess I'm going to have to use the 4G instead of the Wi-Fi. No idea why it makes a difference, but I guess it does apparently. Anyways, let's talk about the main event, which was Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. Jason Jordan had gotten involved earlier when the Bar was up against Titus Brand, resulting in the Bar losing to Titus Brand a second week. What do you guys think about Titus Brand winning again? Do you think they should be added to the Royal Rumble match? That is the question I have for you guys. Yes or no? Should Titus Brand be added to the tag team match? Andrew says no. Jason says heck no. Seeing a lot of no's here. Is Nia Jax injured? I will talk about Nia Jax and Asuka in just a few minutes here. I want to get to the main event now, which was, of course, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. You had Jason Jordan getting involved. Jason Jordan is reportedly injured, and he did not take any bumps on this show. He did get involved in the 2 matches, of course, outside interference, resulting in Seth Rollins hitting the curb stomp. Yes, the curb stomp is back in full force. I'm very happy for that. Definitely a much more positive vibe for myself doing this video tonight than last Tuesday night with the end of Rusev Day. Lots of people seemed excited about the curb stomp being back. I agree, because Rollins, his knee or whatever it was a lousy finisher in my opinion. The curb stomp is such a great finisher for Seth Rollins in my opinion. Happy to see it back. The Attitude Era is back, as Brain says in the chat room. Your Eternal Destiny one says, I thought it was banned. Well, it was banned, but apparently it's no longer banned, and Seth Rollins is allowed to use it again. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for any further updates regarding that. Really busy news day, by the way, so if you guys haven't been on NoDQ.com today, check it out. Lots of posts about what's going on with Paige and Impact Wrestling. There's actually some noteworthy things coming out of the Impact Wrestling tapings, so check out the spoilers. Check out all the developments, new people coming into TNA, people leaving, lots of stuff going on. NoDQ.com, check that out. Let's talk about Nia Jax and Asuka. They had their match, which was actually a pretty good match, a pretty back and forth competitive match. I enjoyed it, but the finish, some people felt was iffy. I think the idea was to protect Nia Jax in defeat, so having her lose where she was unable to continue the match. The idea was that she wanted to keep going, but the referee called it off. So in a way, it did protect Nia, and it kept Asuka's winning streak going. I thought it was fine. I know some people had mixed feelings about it, but you had Asuka keep her streak, and you protected Nia, and you kept the storyline going with Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. You had Alexa coming out there with the referees and checking on her, and then backstage, you had Nia kick Alexa to the curb, so her and Enzo Amore could have a little bit of alone time. So I liked it. I thought it was a good segment. The match, and then the post-match segment with Alexa, Nia, and Enzo, the little love triangle they have going. Marquand 1976 says, love the Andre shirt, Aaron. Thank you for that. I got it from the Pro Wrestling Crate people. Check them out at ProWrestlingCrate.com. You can use the code NoDQ to get 20% off your first shipment. You can get cool t-shirts like this and others. What's going on with Goldust, says Chris Mace. Apparently he's part of 205 Live now, just to try and help those guys. Cedric Alexander is getting his rematch against Enzo Amore, and I'm not really interested in the match. Cedric tried to show some personality tonight. Didn't work for me. How's the weather in Portland? It was nice today. It was in the 50s, although it's raining now, so you know, it's typical Portland weather, but definitely warmer than last year. Thoughts on Matt Hardy's new music? Isn't it the same thing that it was last week, or did they change it? I know they definitely changed the Titantron entrance, which I thought was cool. I liked it. Unfortunately, the crowd was not into Matt all that much. I think, you know, part of it was due to the fact that it was the third hour, so Matt was essentially in the death spot. Curtis Butler says, where's Bray? Beats me. I guess there just wasn't a spot for him on this show. Ham Connell left a $2 super chat donation. Does PWC come automatically every month? Pro Wrestling Crate. Yes, it does. If you subscribe, you get a shipment every single month. And if you use the code NoDQ, you get 20% off your first shipment. Mr. Dobby33 just sent in a $1 super chat donation. Thank you, Mr. Dobby. If you have a question or comment, feel free to send it and you will get top priority. Matthew Cross says, we got snow and ice here in Ohio. Sorry to hear that, man. I mean, Portland's gotten it more last year. There was a little bit this year, but so far this year has been a lot warmer than last year, which I'm happy about. Sorry for everyone out there, the rest of the country, dealing with the snow and ice. I've seen some of those videos from the Northeast with the ice in the rivers. That stuff is crazy. Just insane. This ain't the Weather Channel. This is wrestling. You're right. Let's get back to the wrestling now. What else happened on Raw before I get to the big story with Braun Strowman? I'm trying to remember. We talked about Matt Hardy. You know, I like the entrance. Unfortunately, the crowd wasn't really invested in Matt Hardy, and I think a lot of it was just due to the third hour, people getting tired. Let's talk about Chris Jericho coming to 25, says Cindy. I'll get to that in a few minutes here. I don't want to get into Raw 25 until the end of the video. Revival. Yes, let's talk about the Revival and The Miz. I'll get to the Revival first and then The Miz. Revival came out. They had a squash match, which they won. It's the Costanza says, I hope RTRS hits the no DQ panel. The invite has officially been given to him, so if he wants to be on, we will definitely get him on. The Revival won their squash match, but the bigger story was post-match. We had the Revival cut this promo and declare that they are not sports entertainers, but they are in fact professional wrestlers. They actually used the term professional wrestlers on Monday Night Raw. Now the question is, will this work for these guys, or will the fans just consider them to be boring? Will they get the Lance Storm treatment where the fans say these guys are boring and vanilla? Will they end up like Ascension, where next week on Raw, all the legends beat them up? I mean, that's what I've seen people speculating about already, that we're going to have the Revival get beat up by all the legends. Andrew says, will Vito be on the prediction show? Possibly. I mean, it just depends on who's available. But we'll definitely look into that possibility. He will be on regardless to talk about the Rumble. I'm sure we'll have him give his thoughts on the pay-per-view. When was the last time somebody said wrestlers on WWE? It's happened a few times every now and then. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen once in a while. Cool Hand Dylan says, bring David onto the panel. I think you're referring to David from the No DQ panel this past week. Have him on predictions. We'll definitely work on getting him on another video. I know he was one of the more popular panel guests we had. 243, actually, yeah, 243 right now, live people in the chat room. So thank you guys for watching live. If we hit 300 tonight, I will end this video by hitting myself in the head with a steel chair. Virtue says, Vito is stealing my thunder. Jason says, what are your thoughts on Elias at this point? I thought Elias had a good promo tonight. The crowd did react to his diss on the San Antonio Spurs. It wasn't quite as big as when The Rock dissed Sacramento and talking about how he would be back when the Lakers beat the Kings in May. That got nuclear heat. That was just, the crowd was about to riot when The Rock said that. Elias still got some heat, though, I gotta say. The cheap heat worked in this case. Ooh, ouch. Curtis Butler says Virtue is as good as WCW Thunder. Jordan Smith says Michael Cole or Tom Phillips. I know everyone was making jokes about Michael Cole being gone, but I have to say Cole was better than Phillips. Phillips, he stumbled a lot, and I'm not a fan of Tom Phillips. I think he's very generic. Who did LT play for again? The New York Giants. I hope I'm right on that. If not, I'm going to be pretty embarrassed. Why does this one guy keep saying Roddy Piper forever? Let's put that guy in timeout. He's just spamming the chat. So we had The Miz come out, and The Miz cut another great promo. I love The Miz's promo talking about how the one thing missing from Raw was not the spark that was missing from Raw was not John Cena or Brock Lesnar, but it was, in fact, The Miz. Tremendous promo by The Miz. The guy's got it. He just knows how to work the crowd, and he's amazing. The Miz is awesome. Excellent start for 2018 for The Miz, and we'll see if he has a great 2018. We'll see if he wins the IC title. I have to say, I'm a little disappointed that WWE hasn't built up more matches for Raw 25. Really, all we have that's been announced, the big match for Raw 25 years, is just Roman Reigns versus The Miz. Granted, it's a pretty big match, but you would think that there would be like a jam-packed lineup, a pay-per-view quality lineup of matches. I mean, yeah, we got the Royal Rumble coming up, but you got the 2 Royal Rumble matches which carry it. I figured they would have more for this Raw 25. Yeah, you got the legends and everything, but I think I would have liked to have seen a couple more matches, big time matches announced for the show. Just my take on it. It's still going to be an awesome show, especially the Manhattan Center part. I'm really looking forward to. So anyways, let's talk about the big angle. Braun Strowman. The show, pretty much the first hour of Raw was built around Braun Strowman. He came out, cut his promo about being the monster among men, yada, yada, yada. Kurt Angle came out, was upset about what Strowman did on Raw last week with Kane and Brock Lesnar. And then Kurt Angle proceeded to fire Braun Strowman. I will say this. I thought the Strowman stuff was really entertaining from start to finish. Very entertaining. However, you really had to check your brain at the door because there were so many logic holes with this whole thing. First of all, why would Kurt Angle fire this guy who's headlining the pay-per-view? Wouldn't you just, you know, maybe have him wrestle without pay or something, or call the cops right away and have him removed from the building? Why did it take Kurt Angle 45 minutes to say he was calling the cops and then he decided to change his mind? I guess he had Stephanie tell him what to do, and Kurt Angle decided to go along with it. Whatever. Stephanie overruled him. The whole thing to me just really didn't make a lot of sense. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it overall. I checked my brain at the door. Braun Strowman destroying people was very entertaining. He took out the 6 or 7 indie worker extras that were security guards. And that was fun. Braun Strowman just tossing them around. The one guy trying to run away was hilarious. I loved it. I thought it was great. And then he beat up Heath Slater in catering, chokeslammed him through the table. And then the guy was standing there with a cake, and you thought the cake was going to go in the guy's face, but Strowman just took a piece of cake and left the guy alone. I loved it. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really well done. And then we had Strowman going into the production truck with a Kevin Dunn sighting. I know everyone's all up in arms about that. Kevin Dunn running for his life. That was definitely a highlight. Becca M is here. First time watching you live. Steel chair. We're not at 300 yet. We are at 270. We're very close. If we hit 300 tonight, I will end this video by hitting myself in the head with a steel chair, which is what I'm sitting on right now. So let's get to 300. For those of you watching live, head over to Twitter and Facebook and make that push to get us to 300 live. And I'll be talking more about some of the possible jumps to WWE later this week, maybe tomorrow, or maybe on NoDQ videos, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, the cake stuff was great, and then we had Strowman come out and attack Michael Cole. And at this point, Kurt Angle came out and said that Stephanie overruled him and was rehiring Strowman back. And Strowman responded to that by picking up Michael Cole and throwing him off the stage onto the crowd of security guys. So basically, Michael Cole was in a mosh pit. And I guess this traumatized him so badly. He wasn't hurt or anything. He was just traumatized so badly from this that he had to be replaced from Raw by Tom Phillips. I think Michael Cole will be okay. Yeah, caught in a mosh, basically, is what happened on this show. I wonder if Michael Cole is going to sue Braun Strowman or sue WWE now. Isn't that what he did when Lesnar attacked him? You know, he could claim emotional distress or something at the workplace, unsafe working conditions. So is he going to do that again? I mean, he should, right? Logically, he did it once. Why not do it again? TJS says, is Braun a heel? Great question. I mean, he was, in a way, acting like a heel, complaining about being fired. But at the same time, you know, he was just destroying people, and it's fun. Braun destroying everybody and beating up Michael Cole. You beat up Michael Cole, there's no way you're a heel. Let's face it. Armageddon 1914. Do you think Jeff Hardy will be on Raw 25? he should. I mean, he was a big part of Raw history. Mr. Dobby left another $1 super chat donation, but no questions or comments. Mr. Dobby, this is your opportunity. Oh, here we go. Aaron Riff versus Solomonster for the Universal title. What do you think? I think we would both be knocked out within 5 minutes. I shouldn't speak for him. He might be in pretty good shape for all I know. And I'm in decent shape. So maybe it would be a better match than anything in Impact Wrestling, at least. I think we would definitely be able to... well, I shouldn't say that, because the guys in Impact Wrestling are actually really talented performers. They just are working for a lousy company. That's the problem. WWE considers Kelly and the Bella Twins legends. Again, I'll get to that in a few minutes here. I'll talk about the final build for Raw 25. Anything else from Raw that I have not touched upon yet? Sin CK says, any excitement for the mixed match challenge? Well, considering the fact that tomorrow night I'm doing NoDQ Live head-to-head with the mixed match challenge, that should tell you the amount of interest I have. Mr. Dobby just sent in another $1 super chat donation. Give me a shout out. Name is Blaze Dobson. There you go. Thank you for the super chat donations, Blaze. Much appreciated. Two Sweet Productions talk about the main event. I did already at the beginning of the video. Go back and watch that. I'm very happy the Curb Stomp is back. And it looks like, you know, we're continuing to see the build towards a Jason Jordan heel turn. You know, he was getting involved, interfering, and doing sneaky stuff. Yes, Paige's injury was mentioned on this show. They did not say anything about her retiring. They just said that she is officially out of the Royal Rumble match. She was there at ringside. I don't know about Finn Balor, what's going on with him. People are asking me if he's hurt or not. Again, stay tuned to NoDQ.com. Any updates on that, it'll be up on the site. Regarding Paige, she definitely seemed to be upset. You know, she was out there. She was cheering on Sonya Deville against Sasha Banks, and Sonya Deville won, so she picked up a good win. But yeah, Paige definitely seemed a bit not her usual self, and who could blame her for that? So we'll see what happens if she ever does wrestle in WWE again. I mean, that definitely seems to be up in the air right now, and she's out of action indefinitely. At the very least, she's not in the Royal Rumble. Giant Mob, I did talk about the Nia segment with Alexa and Enzo earlier. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining. Overall, I thought that this was a pretty good Raw. I definitely enjoyed it. I felt it did tend to drag at the end, the last hour. But then again, I did enjoy the main event. Offman Rules just sent in a $5 super chat donation. Did it seem like the camera was purposely trying not to film Paige? Yeah, maybe. I mean, it did seem like there wasn't really a lot of focus on her. But when it did focus on her, it seemed like, you know, she's trying to get into it. But obviously, she has other things on her mind right now. So yeah, it did seem a bit off. I'm not sure if it was in fact that or not. But maybe it was. I really don't know. Brain says tonight's show was a B grade. I would say it was a B, a solid B, maybe a B plus. I think it was a little bit better than most Raws as of late. What did you guys think about it? What letter grade would you give this show? By the way, you can vote over at NoDQ.com. Give your letter grade. Cindy says it was a B for me. Wreck-It Beckett says it was good until the last 45 minutes. Sin CK says B minus, B plus. Hamp says F. So, Hamp, I don't know what will please you, my friend. If you thought that this show was an F, then I don't know what's going to make a good Raw for you. Lots of B's. I'm seeing a lot of B's here. It's the Costanza says a C without Strowman. We are at 279, by the way. So close, guys. So close. If we hit that 300, I will hit myself in the head with a steel chair at the very end of this video. I guarantee it. But we're not there yet. 279. So close. Sam Littleton says, did you notice the announcers saying that the referee's decision is final in the Finn Balor match? I did not. That's funny. If that was in fact said, that is very funny considering what has happened on WWE television as of late. All right, let's talk about Goldberg. So Goldberg was announced, well, it was actually announced earlier today, and it was pretty much expected for several weeks now. I mean, Goldberg was the main name that was rumored for the Hall of Fame for about a month or two now. So yeah, Goldberg is officially the headliner of the Hall of Fame, which means no Undertaker in the Hall of Fame. I shouldn't say that 100%, but let's face it, Goldberg's the headliner. He's the name that they announced before the tickets go on sale. He's the headliner. You know, if Undertaker was in it, they would be announcing Undertaker before the tickets go on sale. So that means Undertaker is not retiring just yet. We are at 283, by the way. So close to 300. What do I think about Goldberg going in? You know, makes sense to me. He just came off the WrestleMania match and having that one last run. So I fully expected it to happen where he would go into the Hall of Fame. And if Undertaker's not going in, then Goldberg's a great choice. Batista might still have a few more matches left in him. I think Goldberg is done. You know, Goldberg came in, had his comeback, won the world title, had one more WrestleMania moment. Nothing else for him to do. He came back, had the final run, perfect send-off, and now he's got the Hall of Fame induction. So I think it's right to do it. DJ Whitey just sent in a $5 Super Chat donation. Would you, wait a minute, let me get this question here. Would you consider saving all Super Chat donations in a pot to help you go to the Jericho cruise? No, I'm not going on a Jericho cruise unless they give me a discount. With all due respect to Chris Jericho, I love the guy. By the way, he's going to be at Raw 25. I would not pay full price for that. But if Chris Jericho does want to offer me a discount so I can cover the event for NoDQ.com, I would be happy to take that offer, and I would pay for it out of my own pocket. But they got to give me some sort of discount. I will definitely. Actually, I have somebody who is going to be there and is going to give me notes on the event. So I already have somebody who's going there, and he'll be sending me information. He said if he can get Wi-Fi on the ship, he'll send me some updates. So I don't even need to go. I got somebody covering the event for me for NoDQ.com. And that's Jose, by the way. So thank you, Jose, if you're watching this. I appreciate your viewership of NoDQ.com and watching the videos over the years. Really cool dude, and I hope he has a blast on the cruise. Yes, the curb stop is back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me scroll down here, get back to where I was. Anthony says Undertaker for headliner of Hall of Fame next year. I would think so. I would think if Undertaker is doing this match with Cena, this is going to be it. This is going to be the final Undertaker match. And then next year he would be the headliner for the Hall of Fame. Who do you guys think should induct Goldberg? I've seen a couple of DDPs in the chat room. Maybe Eric Bischoff. Bischoff might be a good choice. Cindy says Sting. Okay, guys, stop with the Gilbert. That's not going to happen. It would be funny, though, if maybe Gilbert came out first and then Goldberg came out and chased him off. That would actually be funny. I would like that. People are saying Brock. Have you guys heard Brock talk? I don't know if that's a good idea. Brett. I don't know about Brett. I don't think he's a good choice. Wreck-It Beckett just left in a $2 Super Chat donation. Love these streams. Thank you for that, Wreck-It Beckett. I appreciate it. Paul Heyman. I've seen a couple people mention Paul Heyman. That's fine. Aaron said Ric Flair. No. I hate to say it, but no. After Ric Flair did that induction speech for Sting where he basically talked about himself the entire time, I hate to say it, but Flair would just talk about himself again. He would just find a way to put himself over. So I hate to say it, but no Ric Flair. I like DDP. I think DDP's a good choice. I think Paul Heyman would be a good choice. I think Eric Bischoff would be a good choice. Dapster says, do you see Jason Jordan walking out on Seth during the match at the Rumble? Maybe. We could see some sort of falling out between the two of them. I don't know if he'll necessarily walk out. But again, that is something I can discuss with the No DQ panel when we do our predictions video for that. Anyways, guys, that about wraps it up for Raw. I think I covered pretty much everything. Raw 25 is next week. And tomorrow night is SmackDown Live. I will be back tomorrow night for another edition of No DQ Live. Same thing applies. If we hit 300 tomorrow night, I will go ahead and hit myself in the head with a steel chair. Wreck-It Beckett just left a $2 super chat donation. Do you see Dean Ambrose returning as a heel? I think he should, in my personal opinion. The thing is, when he returns, as usual, I think when somebody returns, they're going to get the big babyface pop. So I think it's best to bring him back as a face and then turn him heel. We did not hit 300 tonight. We're down to 264. So we've passed the peak. That opportunity is come and gone. But tomorrow night is another night. 300 live viewers. I will hit myself in the head with a steel chair. I better prepare because I'm pretty certain next week with Raw 25 we'll hit 300 easily. So get ready, guys. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. We were so close tonight. But thank you guys for spreading the word and telling everybody about No DQ Live. I will be back tomorrow night. Thank you all for tuning in. That'll wrap it up for this video. Again, stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. Very busy news day today. Lots of stuff about what's going on with Paige, Jason Jordan injured, Impact Wrestling spoilers, people coming into Impact, people leaving. I think my chances of tuning into Impact Wrestling drastic go up now because a certain somebody returned. And so check that out. And that's it. I'm done here for No DQ Live. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you tomorrow night. Later, guys.